Hello, hello, my friends. It is hard to believe, but we are not actually officially into the summer months. I know it feels like it's been summer where I live for the last 3 months, but I know for a lot of people, their weather is reflecting what our calendar says, and you all are just finally coming into summer. Summer officially launches, I believe, this weekend. Happens to be the same day as Father's Day. And to celebrate, I thought that I would share with you guys my top 15 summer candles from Kringle Candle. Now, we know that we have a new launch happening tomorrow. I'm planning to upload this video on Wednesday. So tomorrow, June 18th, we are going to have a patriotic collection, a summer collection, and a summer reserve collection launching over at Kringle. And not only are new candles always exciting, but this is an extra exciting launch because this is the debut of the new 3-wick vessels that have been teased to us for, I would say, about the last 2 years. So if you are like me and you like to save money by only having to pay that flat rate shipping one time, if you're purchasing some new things, but maybe you are interested in some tried and true fragrances that have already been in the lineup, and maybe you want to throw those in for some summer burning, these are going to be my recommendations. Now, last week, Brett, Philly Candleman, hosted Mick Kittredge on a live, and that was a huge wealth of information. Mick gave us a lot of teasers and information about what is coming down the pipeline from Kringle, not only in terms of obviously like their fall and their Halloween collections, but also maybe some new vessels, some new abilities to get our hands on like smaller sized uh, vessels, I would say, to be able to sample fragrances ahead of launch. There's just a lot of new things in the works at Kringle, and that is very, very exciting. But one of the things that I feel like I took away from that, or one of the little like things that I felt like was hinted in there, was that not only tomorrow are we going to see the new 3-wicks in the new fragrances, but I kind of got the gist that some of these summer fragrances may also be showing up in that 3-wick format. Now, we don't know what fragrances those are going to be, but I know I am really, really excited to try out that format. And if you are as well, then maybe some of these candles that I am talking about today will surprise us tomorrow and show up in the new 3-wick format. I know some of them are on the website in 4 wicks, but again, these are fragrances that I know that have not been discontinued. They're still on the website in some form or fashion. Some of them are not, but again, I'm anticipating maybe they'll show up tomorrow. So if you like this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I will make sure that I include a little picture of all of the candles that I'm talking about. Some of these, you guys, you are not going to be surprised at all to see make this list. But then there are others that I have really appreciated in the past and I don't talk about as much. But I still think that they are great summer candles and they do get my stamp of approval if they sound like they would be in your wheelhouse. So at the time that I am filming this, you guys, Kringle is running a Father's Day sale. I would imagine that sale is still going to be going on when this video goes live, being that it's labeled a Father's Day sale and Father's Day is this weekend. I think it's only $5 off a lot of their regular jars. Be aware, you guys, that the new stuff tomorrow, I do not anticipate to be on any kind of sale. I do have an affiliate code with Kringle. Katie15 will save you 15% on any items that are full price. So maybe, again, you're wanting to buy some of the new stuff that's going to be full price, but if you see some sale items and you want to add those to your cart, my discount will apply to the full price, but not the sale stuff. So that's enough chit chat. Let's go ahead and get into what my top 15 summer candle recommendations are with Kringle. Let's go ahead and start out with some of the usual suspects, I should say. The first one, say it with me, Sea Breeze. We all know I love Sea Breeze. A lot of people who have tried this candle really, really love it. It's summer in a candle. It is coconut, but it's not too fleshy, meaty coconut. There's a little bit of sweetness from a fruit note in there, but it doesn't lean frozen drink or cocktail, summer cocktail. It's not overly sweet. There's a little bit of like a salty air vibe going on in it. It is absolutely beautiful. And this is the candle that has me thinking that it might be in stock in a 3-wick tomorrow because we have a member of the Kringle Facebook group, Dan. Dan posts beautiful reviews and photos. He genuinely just has a love for the brand. And while he is not an ambassador, Mick has noticed his love for the brand. And as a thank you, he sent a little gift to Dan, and it was a 3-wick of Sea Breeze. So has me thinking that that one might show up tomorrow. I did actually, before I filmed this video, also just check the website. And at the time that I'm filming this, Sea Breeze in a 4-wick is also available on the website right now. So for me, you guys, that's going to be very tempting to throw that into my cart tomorrow because, again, it is probably my most versatile Kringle fragrance in their entire summer lineup. So if you're somebody who likes a coconut fragrance, I would highly, highly recommend that one. For gourmands, you guys, this, again, not going to be a surprise to anybody. Ice cream sandwiches is a favorite of mine. I actually don't see it on the website right now, but again, I'm optimistic that it will return tomorrow. Ice cream sandwiches is more of like what my nose detects is I smell like a macadamia nut. I smell a little bit of hint of a dark chocolate, but it's very much in the background to me. Now, I will say that there are some other people, I'm thinking of my friend Amy over at Beloved Fragrance Finds. She does not care for chocolate notes, and so her nose immediately hones in on the chocolate and she doesn't care for it. And I know that there have been some people who say that they don't like it. I personally, again, the chocolate is there, but my nose detects more of like a creamy vanilla with the macadamia nut and a little bit of kind of those like the candied sprinkles. I definitely detect some of that. So ice cream sandwiches is another recommendation. Another one, you guys, that you won't be surprised by, but this one surprised myself that I fell so hard for it, is the fragrance Cherry Pie. And the reason why I say that is because I typically don't consider myself to be somebody who loves cherry fragrances. But there is something about this candle because I detect a crust note in there. And the cherry note is definitely like that gelatinous, sugary cherry pie filling that you would get in a cherry pie. There's something a little bit nostalgic about cherry to me when in the summertime, where I grew up, there was a small town near me that has an annual cherry parade. They're known for their cherry orchards. And so I always remember that being in like early June. So I obviously associate cherry as being a very summertime fragrance. But maybe you are hosting like a 4th of July cookout, barbecue. If you want to give like all American vibes to your home, definitely burn Cherry Pie. Bonus points if you happen to have Blueberry Milkshake from the Country Candle in your collection, or if you shop across brands and you have Caramel Sundays Double Dip Danish, burn those together and thank me later. Your guests will definitely get all of the American vibes going on there. Another fragrance that I have mentioned numerous times on my channel, if you are somebody who wants those high-end, maybe Martha's Vineyard, you're staying at a coastal cottage in Nantucket type of vibes, Coral. Coral, I highly recommend. It is slightly perfumey. It's very pretty. Again, it's almost kind of soapy in some ways. It is an absolutely beautiful fragrance. Now, I did want to let you guys know, I do have a Kringle candle playlist in terms of reviews. I am quite certain, in fact, I think every single candle that I have on here, maybe with the exception of one, I do have a dedicated review on. So if you want more in-depth thoughts on all of the fragrance notes and everything, I'm just kind of giving you guys like a basic rundown of like, hey, if we have similar fragrance preferences, you know, if you tend to like the things that I like, these are going to be pretty safe options for you if you're looking to try something new from Kringle for your summer stash. But if you want more in-depth thoughts, go to my Kringle candle playlist, my Kringle candle review playlist, and you'll be able to find pretty much all of these on there. Okay, so Coral, highly, highly recommend. Here's another one, you guys, that I actually had a couple of years ago when it was initially introduced to the Kringle lineup. And then I had like half of a medium-sized jar in my collection, and I broke it out earlier this summer, and I realized this is a really good summertime scent. It is the fragrance Saltwater Taffy. Now, Saltwater Taffy, I want to believe, was released maybe 3 years ago in their spring-summer lineup. Saltwater Taffy, to me, is a very authentic, when you get those strawberry Saltwater Taffy, you know, they're in the little, twisty things, and you untwist them and you've been anywhere that does saltwater taffy, that's what it smells like to my nose. So it's not authentic strawberry fragrance, but it is definitely it's definitely like got that saltwater taffy vibe going on. I really like burning that. Believe it or not, you guys, I liked burning that with ice cream sandwiches. That's what I burned it with earlier today. You guys know I usually burn more than one candle at a time, and I like my fragrances to complement and not clash with each other. And I know it sounds wild and crazy, but it worked. It was actually a really, 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 really nice combination. Now, if you are looking for a more authentic strawberry type of fragrance, if you're wanting something that's a little bit more green, maybe, I mean, like you're getting not an artificial strawberry, I'm going to point you towards the Reserve Juicy Strawberry fragrance. Now, that fragrance actually has, I mean, that encapsulates like the entire fragrance of a strawberry to me. I get a lot of the more green elements of it, more like the stem. So it's definitely like a freshly picked strawberry. It's not overly artificial. I know a lot of people really like it, but if you're wanting more of a candied strawberry, I'm going to point you towards Saltwater Taffy. But again, if you're somebody who wants more of a fresh, almost earthy type of strawberry fragrance, then I would say go with Juicy Strawberry. Another fragrance, you guys, that is actually still listed on the Kringle website, and this was part of the Easter collection. Last I checked, it was 50% off. If this is still in stock tomorrow, I would highly recommend throwing it into your basket. Berry Blossom. Now, this is in one of those smaller 2-wick vessels. So I think at the time that I am doing this video, it's on sale for $13. You guys, Berry Blossom is a really nice, almost fresh raspberry scent with a little bit of green accords in the background. If you are somebody who loved old school Bath and Body Works sun ripened raspberry, but you want it to smell slightly more elevated, I would encourage you to check out Berry Blossom, especially at a clearance price. Highly, highly recommend that. It was a strong performer for me as well. In fact, all of these candles, you guys, with the exception of one, I will let you guys know, all of them are strong performers in my candle. One of these is a strong performer if you get it in a particular format. But this one, I feel like no matter what you get, even in that smaller vessel, the Berry Blossom was very, very strong in my home, and I would highly recommend it. Now, here is a floral candle that I'm going to recommend for those of you who enjoy a good summer floral. I feel like this is kind of an underrated but consistent candle in the Kringle lineup, and it is the fragrance Gardenia. Gardenia, oh man, my mom loved Gardenia fragrances, as did my grandmother, so it's kind of a nostalgic fragrance for me. Gardenia has a little bit of jasmine in it as well. It's a beautiful white floral. Now, I typically have been one in the past who has gotten headaches from overtly strong, heady florals. But I'm going to tell you guys, Gardenia does not do that to me. Gardenia, I actually really like pairing with Sea Breeze. Again, it just gives me kind of those coastal elevated vibes. And I really, really like it. So if Gardenia shows up in the 3-wick, I know it's on the website in a 4-wick. That is an absolutely beautiful white floral fragrance. Again, if you're somebody who wants florals more so in the summertime, I would definitely recommend that. Just like I have my eye on that new, what is it? What's the new tuberose one? I can't remember what it was called, but the new tuberose candle in the summer reserve collection definitely has caught my eye. But Gardenia is an old staple and one that I really enjoy. Coconut pineapple, for those of you guys who want that pina colada experience, but you don't want the booziness of the rum, you want more of the creamy element of a good pina colada. Oh man, I am thinking of that pina colada that I may have had 3 of them when I was off of the cruise ship in San Juan, Puerto Rico a few weeks ago. Oh man, well, if you want that in a candle, I would definitely have you check out Coconut Pineapple. Now, I will say Coconut Pineapple in the 2-wick format was on the lighter side for me, so it is a fragrance that I would be very curious to see how it now performs in a 3-wick. I believe it popped up on the website for a short time in the 4-wick. I think it's out of stock right now on the website in both, you know, the 4-wick, 2 wicks. But I will be curious to see if that shows up tomorrow in a 3-wick, because that's, again, a really, really nice summer fragrance. Sea Salt and Tonka. I talked about this one last week in my Friday 5. This is the fragrance that I really enjoy pairing with coral, particularly in the evenings. Sea Salt and Tonka leans slightly more masculine in my opinion. It's more of like a masculine take on a lavender, I would say. But again, it's not that astringent aromatherapy spa-like lavender. The Tonka kind of gives it a little bit of creaminess and sophistication. Beautiful scent. Now, this is the fragrance that I will tell you guys, which we don't need to worry about it now. But if you pick it up in a 2-wick format, just be aware that that's going to be a little bit better suited to a closed concept space. I have had it in the past in a 4-wick, and I will say that the 4-wick has greater strength and throw. So if you've tried that fragrance in the past and you like it, I would recommend getting it in the 4-wick. Maybe it'll show up in the 3-wick as well. But that is one that I do have better performance for an open concept space in a 4-wick candle. Now, here is one, you guys, that I have only tried once before, and I tried it in the country candle format, and I tried it in a medium-sized vessel in that format. So again, I didn't get tremendous strength and throw, but I am going to say that that was more of a byproduct of that vessel, because truthfully, you guys, almost every single medium country candle that I had did not give me great strength and throw. Those were pretty much designated. Those are going in my daughter's bedroom, smaller room of the house type of candles. But the fragrance was really nice, and I do think that it's very appropriate for the summertime. And I have seen it now show up. It crossed over from country to the KRINGLE lineup in a 4-wick. It is the fragrance Cherry Crumble. Now, be aware, you guys, the name is a little bit deceiving. I don't think it should be called Cherry Crumble. It should be called Raspberry Crumble. If you are somebody who likes the way that KRINGLE has done raspberry fragrances, I think that you would like this. Now, this is a gourmand raspberry. It's the same type of raspberry note that you get in Jelly Donut, but it's more, you get a little bit of the crumble aspect in there as well. So if you like, if you like the way that KRINGLE has done raspberry, then don't be deceived by the name. Cherry Crumble would be a great fragrance for you. I will say that, again, if you're wanting a cherry scent, authentic cherry gourmand, go with cherry pie. If you want something that's more raspberry oriented, you're going to go with cherry crumble, or you're going to go with the much famed and much talked about jelly donut. Jelly donut, though, has a little bit more of that fried dough accord. So it just, pick your raspberry gourmand that you want. I think at the time that I'm filming this, I don't see Jelly Donut in stock on the website. It may pop back on before tomorrow. But Jelly Donut, I don't need to go into detail about that one. That is another recommendation. Now, the fragrance that I actually think any of those raspberry scents burn really nicely alongside is from their Reserve collection from a couple of years ago. And I know that I actually had this one sent to me in PR a few years ago. And at first I was like, I don't know what to think about this. Like when you gave me the idea of like, okay, I'm not sure about that, but here we go. This is going to be grilled peanut butter and jelly. Now, the grilled peanut butter and jelly, you guys, this is a very savory peanut butter fragrance with a hint, I'm talking a hint of raspberry in the background, but it's very, very minute. This is definitely more of a savory fragrance to my nose. I think that, again, it pairs really, really nicely with that raspberry crumble or jelly donut. So if you are somebody who, like I mentioned a couple of days ago in that first video, I really like, as we head into late July, August, I like fragrances that are more like fall or summer to fall transitional scents. And I feel like grilled PB&J is one of those fragrances. It takes you from the end of summer into fall. It's not spicy or appley or anything like that, but it just starts to kind of set the stage for that. Are you looking for something over there, sir? Your phone. Where did I see your phone? Did I place it? Or I did move it. I thought I moved it over there with, I don't know, with Lane's planes. I had moved it. I'm not sure where I put it. Can you all tell me, where did I put Cody's phone? All right, well, I'm sure he'll find his phone around here. There are other people in the house to help look for that, so I will continue on with this video. All right, you guys, another floral that has made my list. Now, again, you guys, I personally don't really burn many florals during this time of year. However, this one, you guys, I know that I loved this in the springtime. This will be a repurchase for me for spring, but I know, again, a lot of people like fragrances like this throughout the summer months. And that fragrance would be Citrus Blossom and Honey. Now, I think I have made this public knowledge by now. This was my number one fragrance from the spring and summer lineup so far from Kringle Candle this year. And I'm going to go out on a limb, you guys, and say throughout the first half of this year, we haven't had a whole lot of new launches from Kringle, but I will say, you guys, this has been my number one favorite new launch that Kringle has had this year. This Citrus Blossom and Honey is the most beautiful, authentic orange blossom fragrance that I have come across in candle format. So if you're somebody who likes to burn orange blossom fragrances during this time of year throughout the summer months, highly, highly recommend Citrus Blossom and Honey. I got excellent performance out of it, out of a 2-wick, so I can only imagine in a 3-wick and a 4-wick format that it is going to perform quite well. And I think that my last fragrance here, I think I've talked about all of them. The last one that I am going to recommend for all of you guys that kind of is in the same vein as Coral and Sea Salt and Tonka is a fragrance called Seaside. Now, that was a crossover from the Country Candle lineup. I saw it appear in a 2-wick format earlier this year. I did purchase it, and then I had a friend who was going through my candle collection, and she loved it enough, and I was like, I'll go ahead and let you have it since I've already burned it. Yeah, or not already burned it, but like I've burned that fragrance in the past. And at the time, I think that was in kind of my crash out phase of like, I'm overwhelmed by candles. So I let her have it. But Seaside is, again, one of those beautiful high end types of fragrances. I almost feel like it's a combination of Coral and Sea Salt and Tonka, some of the elements that I like in each of those. It's kind of sophisticated, but it's also a little bit deep. There are some deep fruits in there, but there's a lavender note as well. It's another sophisticated, beautiful evening burn type of fragrance. So I believe that is all 15 candles that I would highly recommend. Again, you guys, I don't have any proof or I don't have any evidence that these are going to be available on the website tomorrow in the new 3-wick format. Again, I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to see Sea Breeze. But if any of these pop up in the 3-wick format, and some of these, you guys, I know are actually currently still in the 4-wick format, and they are $5 off for the Father's Day sale. So again, if you are shopping the new drops, you're wanting to save money on that flat rate shipping, and you're just putting one cart together, these are all candles that I do highly recommend. Don't forget, you guys, if you want to save a little bit of extra money, you're okay using an affiliate code. Katie15 will save you 15% off of your purchase. But let me know in the comment section down below if any of these candles are some of your summertime favorites, or feel free if you have any additional, any additional candles that you have loved from Kringle in the summertime. Let all of us know in the comment section down below what you love this time of year, because again, I'm only one voice. There's a lot of us chiming in, and it's fun to hear what everybody loves from in the summertime. So again, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.